Welcome, welcome, welcome. Connect them to the Connect Network TV right here on the CW Miami WSFL channel 39, where we explore the fascinating world of personal branding and really its influence in today's competitive landscape. I'm your girl Stitches, and my gal pal Sandy Glant is off today, but it's all good. Here with us, we have some of the hottest movers and shakers. And like I say from time to time, we like to sprinkle around some amazing men as well. But joining us this morning, he's really going to be uncovering the secrets to viral success and entrepreneurial triumph. Today, we have the honor of introducing an extraordinary guest who has experienced an incredible journey to achieve online fame. Please give a wonderful, warm welcome. He's not too much a newbie to South Florida because 65-degree weather, he's cold. So he's officially Floridian. Give a warm welcome, new to the Connect fam, Mr. Brian Breach. Hi, Brian.
Stitches, the only reason I came on the show so I can say snitches get stitches. That's all I wanted to know.
How are you? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Brian, let's get straight into it. Truly the visionary behind Make Me Viral Media, a true master of viral content creation. And just by your personality, I could already tell this is going to be great. So let's get into it if we can. Viral sensations and captivating TED Talk have really propelled you into the world of limitless possibilities, and really not stopping there. You're now on a mission to, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're now on a mission to transform your very own backyard into an enchanting wonderland for content creators. Is this true? Fact or fiction?
Yeah, 100% fact. So initially it was supposed to be on a bigger scale, and I'm actually still working on that, but I want to kind of like a smaller model. And I remember just sitting here and I'm looking around my house, and I'm the type of person that tries to monetize almost everything. And I'm just looking around like, how can I monetize this place? My house is now my office. I moved from another office, and my home office has always kind of been the home where I've generated the most money. So I look at this whole house that I live in as my office. So I just remember thinking my backyard is completely like diminished. Grass doesn't grow back there. And I'm like, you know what? Let me start formulating an idea to create something called Make Me Viral Village, build out like 22 content creation areas, from an army area to an Adam and Eve area to a toxic area to a red room, and create this whole, like you said, I love how you worded it, the enchanting area outside, rent it out, have events there, parties, have content creators, people shooting videos, models, whoever it is, to come and shoot their content there. And we're about 60-70% done. It is going to be bananas, to say the least.
I love that. So let's delve into it a little bit. Some of the incredible moments, can you share with us that really led to where you are today? I know there were many, but let's pinpoint some key ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to take it back a little bit further, believe it or not, I was actually a hip hop artist. So that's why I started. It was, long story short, I wasn't able to get a 9-to-5. After being at my last 9-to-5 for 4 years, a lot of stuff happened. They let me go because I was too focused on music. And I had some legal issues during that time. And I literally at that time couldn't get a job. So I was thrown to the wolves. And I was always an entrepreneur by default regardless. But now I was full on entrepreneur, no 9-to-5 to lean on. I have to make it happen or not. So we started opening for a lot of major hip hop artists, throwing shows in South Florida hip hop. We converted that into a hip hop label, then had a 30,000 square foot warehouse, opened up a printing business, had a hip hop blog called Get That Paper Son. But during the time that I was creating the independent label with my partner, Lex One, who went on to have a platinum record, amazing career, we learned to grow social media for all our artists, and that kind of launched the business later on. Now, when I was pivoting out of music because I wasn't getting to where I wanted to get with music, I remember writing on a whiteboard saying you have 1 year to go viral. Because I always implemented humorous stuff in the hip hop stuff anyway. And that was kind of my next move on social media. There was a lot of people blowing up, posting skits and social experiments. So I went on this crazy 1 year journey. And again, I wrote on a whiteboard, you have 1 year to go viral. And 6 months through that year, I was given the opportunity to do a TED Talk. The combination of the TED Talk and that viral video led me to being asked to be on hundreds of podcasts, magazine covers, radio, TV, and all this stuff. And it's created opportunities. So in the process, I created a marketing agency called Make Me Viral Media, where I was able to duplicate the same success from what I experience for my clients. So I'm able to get people on major publications because I've had my interactions and my one-on-ones with these publications, get people on the cover of magazines. We learn how to do social media management and content creation through the process of me going viral. So we duplicate that same success for our clients. So that's kind of the journey. There's a million points to really pinpoint here, but that was kind of the very quick synopsis of my journey.
I love it. And as a successful entrepreneur, what advice would you give to really an ambitious individual who wants to go viral as well? And most importantly, I want to ask, what were some important lessons that you've learned along the way that you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I would give, and this doesn't necessarily, not advice on how to go viral right now, but for a young entrepreneur coming up, one of my biggest piece of advice is, and I swear if I can go back in time, it would be cut out all the time wasters in your life. By that, I mean chasing girls, going to club, wasting times playing video games with your boys on the weekends, doing this, doing that. Cutting out that time wasters. Now, if I could have gone back to when I was 20, 21, 22, if I can literally accumulate all the time I wasted going to hang out, wasting time, chasing girls or whatever it was, I'd probably have an extra 4 years under my belt. Just, and I'm not saying all that time was wasted. They were great experiences. Me and my boys get to share great memories and we reminisce every once in a while. But, at a young age, especially with social media now, if you just cut out the time wasters, you focus on what you're doing, you can get ahead a lot quicker. Also, saving your money. Everybody has a different take on this. Someone like a Grant Cardone, he's always like, get rid of your money. Don't save it. Don't save anything. And I get his point, and he's rich already. So it's a little bit easier for him. But the easiest, I don't want to say the easiest, the quickest I moved up in the world was when I finally saved a significant amount of money. I didn't have to stress so much about bills during that time. And I was able to take a lot of the money I'd saved and invest it back into my brand. And it's because that I invested it back in my brand is where I got to where I am today. Literally because I kept putting the money that I saved back into myself and it paid off. So save your money, have a little bit of money saved up, invest back in yourself, cut out the time wasters, and I guarantee you'll see the trajectory of your life change.
I love it. Thank you, Brian. And I got to ask this question as well, because even, like we were talking about in the world, I guess you could call it the cyber world, the digital world, everything is, you're sharing everything. From your opinion and your experience, are there certain things that you just should not post, or is everything off limits? Like, because you've been doing this for some time and you know your stuff. So again, that's the question. Is there anything that should be off limits, or is everything fair game?
Yeah, yes and no. So when I talk on stages and teaching people tangible tricks on how to go viral, one of the first things I say when I get on stage is, look, I'm like, if you want to go viral, it's very simple. If you in the audience there stand up and punch that guy in the face, you're going to go viral. If you're throwing up on the side of a pool at a party and someone records you and posts it on World Star Hip Hop, yeah, you're going to go viral. But we're entrepreneurs. We don't want to go viral for those reasons. It's not going to get you any further. You're going to be the one hit wonder of viral videos and be remembered as the girl or the guy who threw up in a pool at a party, right? So you don't want to be known as that person. So yeah, stay away from posting those types of viral videos. As far as being vulnerable, I really tell my clients, my friends, and anyone I'm talking to about this stuff, you want to be vulnerable. And one of my favorite stories of being vulnerable is why I'm a fan of this person today. If you're familiar with Sarah Blakely from Spanx. Now, she made $1 billion off Spanx, and one day she posted her journey going back to her old house. I don't know if it was set up or not. They let her in the house. It was amazing. She walked. She's like, this is my old house. This is the room where we packaged up all the boxes, me and my ex-boyfriend. And she showed an image of her and her boyfriend packing up boxes basically when they were broke. He's since passed away, but she went outside and she talked about it a little bit. Now, she didn't have to share that. She already did really well. But you know what that did? It made me a fan of her. Now, I'm a man. I'm not going to go buy Spanx, although I think they have male Spanx now, but I'm not necessarily going to buy Spanx. But if I was a woman, I would invest in her brand simply because she shared that amazing story. She was vulnerable. So it's okay to share some of those, past faults of your life. I share online how I went through my legal troubles and it didn't allow me to get a 9-to-5 again. You know what? People resonate with that stuff and it makes people feel like, this person is relatable and it makes them feel like you went through the same thing. So I'm okay with posting a lot of your past stuff online. But, all I know is if I was a kid, though, in my 18, 19, 20 and social media was a little bit more prevalent back then. It was, but, people weren't posting as much and there was no stories back then. I would keep a lot of the stuff that I went through and did offline. So to make it simple.
I tell you what, God is good, and I appreciate
You
you leaving and dropping these gems. Sound like a coach to me. Brian Breach, ladies and gentlemen, please, before you go, please share with us how we can connect with you and catch all of your videos as well, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to follow me at Instagram at Brian Breach, Brian, Breach, Breach, or if you want to schedule a call with our team, go to makemeviral.net, click schedule a call, and we're here to help.
I love it. I told you, Connect fam, we sprinkle a few amazing men from time to time. You're one of those men, Brian.
Glad to represent the men out there.
You represented well. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And we'll be right back, Connect fam. Don't go anywhere. Get your tea, get your coffee, your water, whatever you drink in the morning.
Whatever you drink in the morning, just go grab it, get you a cup of tea and crumpets.
Whatever you like to drink in the morning. Not too much about this. As long as you come right back, we have more with our entertainment segment. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay close.
95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. It is sad. And one of the number one reasons is because of the lack of capital. Hi, winners. My name is Terry Kauser, and I'm a credit expert. And I specialize in helping entrepreneurs and investors leverage their personal and business credit to get $100,000 and more in funding super fast. I can't wait to share with you on The Connect Show.
At Emily Miller Aesthetic Medicine, we take 10 years off your face without looking like you've had work done. How we do this is, as experts in the world's #1 medical grade skincare line, we craft a program unique to you that's going to transform your skin. For a virtual skincare consultation in our online store, visit emily-rn.com and use the code CONNECT for 10% off your purchase.
Connect fam, your girl Stitch is here, and today we have the privilege of welcoming Krystal Vernee, darling, the mastermind behind Simply, get that right, I Simply She. She's coming to our show. Krystal is truly a dynamic entrepreneur who has cracked the code on creating multiple income streams and building and capitalizing brands. Through her enterprise, she has helped countless individuals transform their lives and businesses. So welcome to the show, Krystal. Welcome, Krystal Vernee, darling.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. So great to meet you, Stitches. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, and your bright smile is ready for the morning. We love it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, let's get straight into it, Krystal. In the ever-changing world of business, really, how important is it for new entrepreneurs to have multiple sources of income? And then I'll ask, can you give us some examples or even some ideas on how young entrepreneurs can really diversify their income streams and truly achieve financial stability for the long run? Let's get into it.
Yeah, that's such a great question. So it's important for new entrepreneurs to think about and set themselves up for multiple income streams early. Having multiple income streams is really the key to growth and financial stability, especially as an entrepreneur. So, and income streams don't have to be from a completely separate business. The name of the game, like especially when you're new to business, is maximizing and optimizing your zone of genius, meaning what you already know and you're already an expert in before you start to add on different industries. So you want to become excellent, and I mean extremely excellent, in one area of expertise, and then believe that your wealth of knowledge is abundance, and you will find that there will be more streams of income than you ever imagined. And some examples of income streams might be product sales. So if you're a product-based business, this is the most straightforward way. You make a product, you market it, you sell it. And it could also be digital or physical. And that's one of the most common types of income streams. You could also do a service-based product. So you might have a service that's related to your skill set. And this could be coaching, consulting, freelancing in a field that you're expert in. There's also subscription models. So if you have a product or a service that can be you can provide that on a recurring basis. Subscriptions can be a great source of income, very reliable. Also affiliate marketing, and you can earn a commission by like promoting someone else's company or someone else's product. And this is really, really popular in the online space. It's important to realize that not every stream of income is suitable for every type of business. So it's important to do your research, choose and just leverage the ones that will provide the best results.
I love that. And if I can ask this as well, what are some practical steps that entrepreneurs should be taking even now to establish and nurture their brand? And how can it help them? Like you said, there's so many and so much going on. How can that help them stand out from their competitors?
Yeah, so right now, like I have 4 businesses, and I'll tell you, one of the things that's really helped me is really understanding my target market. So that'd be the first thing I would tell entrepreneurs to do. Really get to know your target market, understand who your ideal customers or clients are, what they value, what their needs are, and then work really hard at defining your brand, more than just the logo and the font and the company name, but what's your mission, what's your vision, what the values are, and what's going to be that thing that really sets you apart from competitors in your industry. The other thing I would stress too is consistency, right? And these are all things that new entrepreneurs, whether they're new or seasoned, can actually do, is maintain consistency across all aspects of your brand. So that does go into color schemes and fonts, also voices, messaging, imagery. The way that you present yourself, both on and offline, is extremely important, as well as customer service. So even down to the way that you communicate and you interact with your customers will be extremely important in terms of establishing a strong brand presence. The other thing I would say, which I think is really important, and it's a part of my framework that I actually teach, is storytelling. Stories are one of the oldest ways that we communicate in the world. And it's a very powerful way to connect with your audience on an emotional level. So if you can create a compelling brand story that really resonates with your ideal clients, they're going to value that, relate to you, and remember you from all the other competitors out there within your industry.
And you know what? I'm glad you touched on customer service, because for some reason, and you could agree with me or not, but for some reason, after the pandemic, it's like customer service went out the complete door. So if you can, especially for those who are new in the business world, what would be I know this is off the cuff, but what would be a good example of great customer service, especially in this new cyber world where a lot of businesses are even online, like you said, and dealing with social media? What's a good example of good customer service?
Yeah. And I think, especially since a lot of folks are starting businesses in the digital world, I
Yes.
think follow up is one of the most important things, and follow up in a timely manner.
Nice.
Most people, when they start, their solopreneur, so it's only them. So it's kind of like whatever customer service that you offer, make sure you can actually execute at that level.
Mm,
Meaning, like, if you're going to get back to people, you're going to say, well, I'm going to respond to you in 1 business day or 2 business days. Make sure that that's actually possible, and then
nice.
actually do it. So it's kind of like your customers kind of get accustomed to whatever type of service that you provide. So if they are accustomed to timely responses, then
Yeah.
the word gets out that your company provides timely responses. And there, with that in itself, will be great customer service. If you, like, most people or most brands that I deal with, like locally, do not follow up. And I
Mm.
think that's one of the things that really lets their customers down. And so if you can just get in the habit of just following up, I think that would actually differentiate you from most brands in your industry.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. So let's switch to this. When you're starting out in business, there's so many things demanding, your attention. In your opinion, how essential is it for really young business owners to focus on activities that actually generate revenue? If you can just share some practical tips or strategies that can really help them identify and prioritize activities that really have the biggest impact on their bottom line.
Yeah, this is a big one, especially for
Yeah.
new businesses. And it's a hard lesson learned. And I think if you ask any seasoned business owner what the most important task in running their business is, they're going to probably say all of it.
Right.
However, there are some activities that are far greater use of our time and importance. So, and I'll say this, different levels of business require different versions of you and require you to move differently. So, like,
Nice.
somebody who's having like a 3 or 4 figure month earner is not going to move the same as a 5-figure month earner, is not going to move the same as a 6-figure month earner, right? So to get to each of those points, though, the one thing that is consistent is the presence of revenue and increasing revenue, which
Nice.
means that the people operating at those levels focused on revenue generating activities to get to that point. So for someone just starting or trying to increase their revenue, you can increase it by focusing on and identifying your revenue generating activities first. So some things that might help you do that is to identify your core products or services. So whether you're a product-based business or a service-based business, identify what those products or services are that generate the majority of your revenue. These are your core offerings. Then you're going to look at your customer data after that. Like, actually look at the numbers and see what people are buying. We don't go on feelings. We want to go on facts. So
Nice.
what are people buying? And
That's
that
good.
gives you,
Don't go, wait a minute now, Krystal. Don't go off of feelings, go off of facts. Proceed. Thank you.
yes, because this will give you a clear understanding of what's actually driving your revenue, what is actually driving your business forward. And to piggyback off of that, monitor your sales activities, right? So, like, when are you making sales? What's selling? Who's buying? Like, who's buying it? All those things go into revenue generating activity. A few others might be market research. So you might actually do some research in the marketplace and see what people are buying, what the demands are, what the trends are. Also, listen to your own customers, right?
Mhm.
They will tell you what they want, what they need. And that could also be some indicators what you might be offering in the future. And then, of course, my favorite is to test and actually measure what's working and what's not working. So experiment with new products, new services, strategies, measure their success. And that's going to help you to focus and stay focused on revenue generating activities.
I love it. And of course, it's good to know how to do this and it's good to know what to do, but you can provide all those services, right? So you
Yes.
can get people together if you don't want to do it yourself. So let's switch gears to that. How can folks hire you, Krystal, please?
Absolutely. Well, you can feel free to connect with me on Instagram. I'm at I_simply_she. I'm also on LinkedIn at Krystal Vernee. And if you're interested in working with me, then visit slayhardeveryday.co. Again, that's slayhardeveryday.co. And just book a free clarity session, and we'll just have a talk and see if it's a good fit for us to work together.
I thank you so much for sharing the wealth of knowledge and information that you have. And I'm sure we'll have you back again. Krystal Vernee, honey, thank you so much. What a great way to kick off our Saturday. Thank you, Krystal. A good tap for you. We don't clap here. We tap, tap. Tap, tap, Krystal. Crap, tap, tap.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Stay tuned, Connect fam. We will be right back.
I help women make money and increase their net worth. You can find me at mommymillionaire.co, and you can watch me on the Connect Network TV. Make sure to tune in.
Hi guys, it's Ty Hunter. Please check out my new book, Makeover from Within, and you're watching the Connect Network.
Welcome back, Connect fam. Your girl Stitches is here, and my gal pal Sandy Glenn is off today, but she will be back next week. Well, thank you so much to Krystal Vernee and all of our amazing guests, Mr. Brian Breach. So, of course, you can binge watch past episodes Netflix style. Just head on over to our website right now, theconnectonline.com, and we will see you right back here next week on the CW Miami. I'm your girl Stitches. Sandy Glenn will be back next week. Call somebody, tell them you love them while they can hear it and receive it. God bless, Connect fam. See you next week. Love you for free.
You're watching the Connect Network TV.